Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because we're diving headfirst into the divorce that turned the tech world upside down, and it's still rocking the boat 4 years later. Bill Gates, the geeky genius who gave us Microsoft and changed how we live, and Melinda Gates, the powerhouse who stood by his side for 27 years, dropped a bombshell in May 2021 when they announced their split. What started as a match made in Silicon Valley heaven ended in a breakup so messy, so massive, it still got everyone from Wall Street to Main Street buzzing. This isn't just a divorce, it's a full-on earthquake with aftershocks that have shaken their billions, their charity empire, their family, and even their love lives. In this Pink Scoop exclusive, we're spilling all the tea on the fallout of this billion-dollar bust-up. Get ready for a wild ride through money, drama, and a legacy that's been flipped on its head. A fortune chopped up like a billion-dollar pie. Let's start with the cash, because when you're talking about Bill and Melinda Gates, the numbers are so big they'd make your head spin. At the time of their split, their fortune clocked in at a mind-blowing $150 billion. That's right, $150 billion. We're not talking pocket change here. This is the kind of money that could buy entire islands or fund a space mission to Mars. When they called it quits, the world held its breath, waiting to see how they divvy up this mountain of wealth. The settlement details? Locked up tighter than Fort Knox, or let's say, a Microsoft server room. But the rumor mill's been churning, and boy, do we have some juicy tidbits to share. Melinda, ever the strategist, didn't just walk away with a consolation prize. Word on the street is she snagged tens of billions, enough to make her one of the richest women on the planet overnight. And then came the big move. In 2024, she waved goodbye to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation with a whopping $12.5 billion payout to kickstart her own venture, Pivotal Ventures. This isn't just a side hustle, it's a full-blown mission to empower women, boost minorities, and shake up the world on her terms. "I wanted to write my own script," she told Forbes with a steely glint in her eye, proving she's not here to play second fiddle anymore. Meanwhile, Bill held onto the lion's share of their joint assets, including a hefty slice of the foundation and a personal fortune that still keeps him in the Billionaire Boys Club. But don't think this split was all high fives and handshakes. Behind closed doors, it was a battle royale. Picture this: teams of lawyers huddled in sleek offices, haggling over who gets what. The crown jewel? Their insane Seattle mansion, Xanadu 2.0, a 66,000 square foot tech wonderland with a pool that plays music underwater, a trampoline room, and a garage stuffed with luxury cars. Then there's the private jets, because who needs just one? And a jaw-dropping art collection, including a $30 million Leonardo da Vinci notebook Bill once bragged about. Investments in everything from farmland to tech startups were sliced and diced, and insiders say it got downright ugly. It was like watching two titans fight over a golden goose, a source dish to the New York Post. The fallout left them both loaded, sure, but it also shattered the image of a perfect partnership, proving even billionaires can't buy their way out of a messy divorce. And let's not forget the ripple effects. Wall Street watched nervously as Microsoft's stock wobbled. Bill still got a stake after all, and financial analysts speculated about how this split might shake up their investment empire. Melinda's new billions are already making waves, funding startups and shaking up industries, while Bill's keeping his cards close to the chest. The consequence? A financial fracture so epic it's rewritten the rules of power couple breakups and left the world wondering who really came out on top. The charity empire that took a hit. Now, let's zoom in on the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the do-gooder dynasty that's been saving lives and changing the world since 2000. This wasn't just a side gig for Bill and Melinda. It was their baby, their legacy, their ticket to sainthood in the eyes of the public. With over $50 billion poured into fighting malaria, AIDS, and poverty, they were the golden couple of philanthropy. Think Brangelina, but with more vaccines and fewer tabloid scandals. But when the divorce hit, it was like someone pulled the plug on this well-oiled machine, and the fallout's been nothing short of seismic. Melinda's exit in 2024 was the real gut punch. She didn't just leave quietly, she took that $12.5 billion check and ran, setting up Pivotal Ventures to chase her own dreams. "I needed to step out of his shadow," she hinted in a rare, candid moment, and who can blame her? For years, she was the heart of the foundation, pushing for education, women's health, and boots-on-the-ground impact, while Bill crunched the numbers and played the visionary. Without her, insiders say it's like the soul's gone missing. She balanced his geeky side with real compassion, a former staffer told The Guardian. Now, Bill's flying solo, steering a ship that's starting to look a little lost at sea. The numbers don't lie. Donations are still rolling in, but the vibe's off. Big projects, like that massive vaccine push in Africa, are chugging along, but some donors are raising eyebrows. Is this still the same foundation? One asked Bloomberg. Others worry Bill's laser focus on data might sideline the human touch Melinda brought. He's not pretending it's easy either. It was ours together, and now it's different, he told The Times in 2023, his voice heavy with something that sounded a lot like regret. Meanwhile, Melinda's pivotal ventures is picking up steam. Think women-led tech firms, education reform, and a fierce feminist streak. She's not just surviving, she's thriving, turning her share of the fortune into a force of her own. The consequence? A philanthropy empire split in two. Bill's holding down the fort, but it's a shadow of its former glory. Melinda's forging a new path, proving she's more than just the ex-Mrs. Gates. And the world's left wondering, can either of them recapture the magic they had together? Spoiler alert, the jury's still out and the stakes couldn't be higher. Family ties stretched to the limit. Let's get personal, because this divorce didn't just shake up bank accounts and boardrooms, it hit the Gates family like a wrecking ball. Jennifer, Rory, and Phoebe, Bill and Melinda's 3 kids, grew up in a bubble of wealth and weirdly normal values. Mom and Dad were strict about keeping them grounded. No billion-dollar trust funds here, just a promise of enough to live well, but not too much, as Bill once put it. But when the split went down, that bubble burst, and the kids found themselves smack in the middle of a media circus. Jennifer, the oldest at 28, was the first to face the fallout. She married Nail Nassar, an Olympic equestrian, in a lavish 2021 wedding. Perfect timing, right? And popped out Layla, Bill and Melinda's first grandkid in 2023. Rory, 25, and Phoebe, 22, have kept lower profiles. Rory's into academia, Phoebe's still figuring it out. But they added Mia, grandkid number 2, in 2024. On paper, it's all adorable. Doting grandparents, cute babies, family vibes. But dig deeper and it's a different story. Bill and Melinda swear they're cordial. "We do birthdays and holidays together," Bill said recently, sounding like he's reading from a script. But the cracks are showing. Take the holidays. Pre-divorce, the Gates clan would hunker down in Xanadu 2.0, decking the halls and pretending they were just another family. Post-split, it's a logistical nightmare. Separate celebrations, tense guest lists, and whispers of, whose side are you on? Jennifer's tight with Melinda. Some say she's her mom's confidant, soaking up that fierce independence. Rory and Phoebe play it neutral, but they're not exactly hosting family reunions. "It's like a Cold War with extra hugs," a friend told People. The grandkids, Layla and Mia, are the glue, sure, but even their birthdays come with baggage. Picture Bill and Melinda swapping small talk over cake, smiling for the cameras while the tension simmers. "Family's complicated," Jennifer posted on Instagram after the split, and truer words were never spoken. The fallout's left a mark. The Gates kids are grown, but they're navigating a new reality where mom and dad's teamwork is a distant memory. They're still a unit, sort of, but it's a patched up, fragile version held together by love, duty, and a lot of unspoken feelings. Love rebooted, and old wounds that won't heal. The divorce didn't just end a marriage, it launched Bill and Melinda into second acts that have the gossip mills in overdrive. Bill, pushing 70, has found a new spark with Paula Hurd, a millionaire widow who's all about tennis and tech. Sound familiar? They've been caught courtside at Wimbledon, strolling beaches and sipping wine like a couple of lovebirds. "She's brought back his smile," a pal gushed to Us Weekly. He's not spilling details, but that twinkle in his eye says plenty. Melinda, rocking 60 with the confidence of a queen, has tongues wagging with Philip Vaughn, a Silicon Valley stud who's got her blushing. "I'm testing the waters," she teased Vogue, "and we're here for every flirty minute of it." But here's the kicker. These new romances come with old baggage. The divorce dragged up dirt that's still making headlines. Bill's chummy meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, a total deal-breaker for Melinda. She called it unacceptable in a 2022 CBS tell-all, and the sting's still fresh. Then there's the 2000 affair with a Microsoft employee, unearthed in 2019. Bill fessed up, but Melinda wasn't in a forgiving mood. "It's a never-ending soap opera," the Sun crowed, and they're not wrong. Every new date, every old scandal keeps the spotlight blazing, turning their personal lives into a public free-for-all. A legacy turned upside down. 4 years later, the Gates divorce is still rewriting their story. And it's a doozy. Their fortunes split, leaving two billionaires with rival empires. The foundation's wobbling, Bill's clinging to the past, Melinda's charging into the future, the family's hanging on by a thread, stitched together with grandkids and gritted teeth. Their love lives? Fresh starts shadowed by old sins. Bill's haunted by it. My biggest regret, he keeps muttering, like a broken record. Melinda's reborn, a phoenix in designer heels, owning her power. And for us, the gossip-hungry masses, it's a saga that keeps delivering. Money, betrayal, heartbreak, and hope, all wrapped up in one delicious package. So, what's your take? Did Bill blow it big time? Or is Melinda the real winner here? We're dying to know. Spill your thoughts below. Because one thing's crystal clear, the Bill and Melinda Gates divorce isn't just a breakup, it's a seismic shift that's still shaking the world, one blockbuster headline at a time.